Welcome, robotics students. The purpose of this video is to help you just do a simple test block in OnShape so that you can use some of the features. So let's get started. You can pause the video as you need. To start off, we're going to create a document. We'll call it test block. I'm going to call mine test block 1 because I've already made one of these just to kind of get you started for your assignment. When you first come in, you may want to check your measurements to make sure that you are in millimeters. Depending on how you set it up when you created your account, you may see that in inches. We are going to go ahead now and create a sketch or a drawing in the top plane. So I'm going to click on this top plane here. So think of that as a piece of paper sitting on a surface, and we're going to hit this sketch button up here. Because I want to see it just like that, I'm going to hit up in my little block cube here top, so I'm looking directly at it. So the features that we have up here allow us to do some different things. I'm walking through them quickly with the purpose of just showing you different geometries and tools that we can use, and the purpose is to kind of get through some of them. So I'm going to start off with opening up the rectangle, and we're going to use a center rectangle because we're going to use right off this center dot here. We're going to make ourselves a rectangle, which is kind of a drag and drop or a drag and draw, and then we'll go ahead and we're going to dimension it. So there's a dimension tool. Like I said, I'm doing this quickly, but you can pause the video as needed. So we're going to make this a 50 by 25, so that's roughly a 2" by 1" because we're in millimeters. So we've kind of created this rectangle. Let's add some different shapes onto it. We're going to use this 3-point arc tool to make this sort of look like a dog tag. So you do dot, dot, and then you kind of pull it out until you get a nice clean arc. We'll do the same thing on this other side. And there you go. And we're going to also clean this up. We're going to use these scissors, which is the trim tool, to make this kind of one surface inside. So this should be what your original shape looks like in your first sketch. And we're going to extrude this to give it some depth. Right now, when you look at this, it's just a 2-dimensional sketch. But what we want to do is turn this into kind of a 3-dimensional dog tag. So we're going to come up to the top and hit extrude. It should automatically pull this in where you can kind of see this dimension, and it defaults to making it go blind, which means coming out of the surface 25 millimeters or about 1 inch. We're going to go with about half that. Let's just do 12 millimeters. We don't need anything quite that thick. And we're making a new surface here on this face, and we're going to green check mark that. There it is. So we've kind of done one main thing that you can do in this, and that is to create a 3-dimensional shape. And we've done a lot of the same things we did in Tinkercad, but we started with a sketch and then we extruded, which is what real CAD software does. So we're going to keep moving from here. Let's say we want to cut some holes into this dog tag just to see how that works. So we're going to create a new sketch, and it's going to ask us, what plane do you want that on? We're going to put it right on this top surface here. So now it's going to let us go back to drawing some stuff. So let's draw a circle. And I really want it to be about right there. I want the circle, we can dimension the circle, so I'm going to hit the dimension tool, click the circle, and come out of it. Let's just make it 10 millimeters. Actually, I wanted a little bit, we'll do 12. So there it is. Now I kind of wanted this to be symmetrical, so I'd like to have another circle on the other side. So I'm going to use a tool called the mirror tool up here, which is really reflection. So it'll tell you what you need. If you click on this, it's going to say select a mirror line. So we want to select this middle line because we know we made our part symmetrical when we started it. And then it's going to say the entity you want mirrored. We're going to do that. So now we should have circles on each side. And once we do that, we're going to actually go ahead, we're going to try some, like I said, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to try to do a cutout. We want to make a hole, those 2 holes in the part. So we have this second sketch. We're going to go to this same extrude tool, only instead of adding material, we're going to remove material. So it's selected these two circles because that was what was in our sketch, but we're going to go to remove. Notice it kind of goes all the way through. We just want to make sure it goes all the way through, so we're going to change blind to through all. And check it out. There should be, now you have this dog tag with a couple holes in it. So we're going to keep moving and using some different tools. Notice this toolbar up here is slightly different than what it was when we were in our sketch. These are kind of our three-dimensional tools, whereas our sketch had what are more of our two-dimensional tools. So we're going to try some three-dimensional tools. We're going to do this one called fillet, which is really a rounding of the edges. Yours might be defaulted to 1 millimeter, but I've used mine recently, so it's 3. But a fillet is like a rounding of the edge. So we're going to select some edges. See how I did that, and it kind of fillet the edge. And make sure that you select it as 3 millimeters. So that has now been filleted. And I want to do the same thing to the other side. I like a nice smooth edge. So we're going to select the bottom side and do the same thing. And then green check that. And now we have this part that has like, you know, looks like a dog tag, has some holes cut through it, and has a nice rounded edge. We have just a couple more things that we're going to do. We want to kind of just prove that we can do some more sketching on this top surface here, and do some stuff where we use some line tools and really think about our dimensioning. So I'm going to create a new sketch. It asks me again for the plane. We're going to pick the top of this. And instead of making a shape out of some of these other like full circle, we're going to use this line tool. So I want to make like a bow tie. So I am going to do, and I'm going to try and purposefully kind of make mine not look super symmetrical. But I am still going to make it do that. There it is. So once you've used your line tool to go all the way around, you can hit the escape key to get out of it, and it gets you out. So see how mine isn't super symmetrical? You could have made one and then mirrored it. That would be easier, but I just wanted to show how if you don't even get it the way you want, you can do some dimensioning to make that work. So I'm going to do a couple things with my dimension. First thing I want to do is make sure that the distance from the center to this side, oops, not that way, there it goes, is 12. Mine was pretty close. So that changes that dimension. And I want to do from dot to dot, I want that to be 25. I would have made that a little bit longer. Maybe I should make this one. Let's make it 12.5. That'll make it half and half. It rounds it to 13 because that's the dimensions we had. So now I kind of want to make sure that these line up and these line up so my bow tie is even. So there's a tool in this toolbar that says horizontal. So here it is right here. And that means that if I pick 2 points, this point and this point, it'll make them so that if I drew a horizontal line across them, they were on the same line. And we'll test this one too, but I know when I made it, it kind of automatically made it horizontal. It'll try its best to do that. So there's kind of this part of my bow tie. Now I want my bow tie to have a nice circle, and since I'm in the center, I can do that. I can kind of just make a little circle. It doesn't really even matter. Mine has a 6 millimeter diameter, but there it is. And then I'm just going to do some trimming. So I am going to trim out anything that was inside the circle to give it one shape where I can see everything inside. So here's my bow tie. Before I get out of my sketch, I'm going to use an extrude. Notice it's selected my bow tie because it was one nice surface. If you left some stuff untrimmed in there, you can select your parts individually and it'll probably do the same thing. And so we're only going to go up, let's just do 5 millimeters. We don't want a huge one. And then we're going to check that. And there is kind of this bow tie. So it's kind of a weird shape, but we're just trying to see if we can use some tools. Now, if for whatever reason your two shapes are not the same color and you see two parts down here. Mine came through this way this time. I think last time when I made it, it was two parts. You can go ahead and union those where you click on one part and then you find this, it's called Boolean, which is a joining, and then you select another part. But mine, since it's already one part, there's nothing else to select. And the reason we do that is for our last step to get your credit for this, and that is to come down to this part. You're going to right click on it and you are going to export it. I want you to rename it test block. Sorry about that. Make sure that it's in STL. A lot of stuff in here formats that way, and that you should be in whatever your original units were. Even if you did this in millimeters, if you originally had units in inches, that's fine. And you're going to go ahead and your option says download. That's what you're going to do. So you're going to export that, and you should now have a file in your downloads to attach to your team's assignment. So that's just, I mean, the shape is kind of funky. It's not necessarily anything we would print, but it gives you a quick and dirty way to get into OnShape and test out some of the features. So let me know what questions you have, and good luck.